How's it going, everyone? We're here to check out the skins for this week, and now that the holidays are over, we're back to normal. So here we'll be starting out with some hoodies, and this set is the Recycler set from MDemon. And yeah, this has like a very like recycled material look to it, kind of like fabric, plasticky kind of something looking design. And then on the back you've got the big recycle symbol, and then you can see like the hoodie is kind of made out of that same weird material. It's definitely something that feels like it would be cobbled together in this world of Rust, so is something that fits quite well. Next we've got something for that winter cold. There's the winter hoodie and pants by Johny. And this thing looks like it's all sorts of thermal insulation. Then you've got a nice like turtleneck going on underneath there. Definitely looks very nice and warm and cozy. It looks like it's made out of that same material as space blankets. So there you go. Definitely very shiny and warm looking. Next, we've got a continuation in the Monument Memory set with the road sign version. So you can see same kind of like teeth thing going on in that fabric design. You've got the different little monuments going around. There's a heli and you've got a air balloon. Like I said, there's some monuments down here. We've got like a water tower and the dome and a recycler and the lighthouse down here, APC and a smokestack from the power plant, cargo ship, a cobalt rocket, and over here you've got launch site with a Bradley patrolling it. So definitely very cool. And actually seeing this, it kind of makes me wish that Bradley did patrol some of the other monuments. That'd be kind of cool. But anyways, that is a look at it. Definitely something that I could see going well with the high qual set. Next, we've got a continuation of the Porcelain set from Vase, and this is a armored version. It looks very cool with the face mask and chest piece, and each little tile has like rust stuff, and then this one makes like a smile on the face. I thought it was really cool. Then down here you got various other things. There's crossbow, campfire, etc. Same thing on the back. Very creative. Definitely love this. Back here you've got some of his signature art and some like curly little designs that kind of reminisce me of hair. So there you go. Definitely love the details put into this. Very creative. Next we've got the Nuke set, and this has a very specific like look to it. It's very like panels, you know, welded and bolted together with obviously, you know, a big old rad symbol in the middle there. We got biohazard as well. It's all scuffed up and dirty. You can definitely see the paneling really well on the face mask part. And then it's just kind of got that little radiation symbol dripping with a big old nasty toothy grin. Moving on to deployables, we got two sleeping bags for you. This first one up here is a cute little tiger sleeping bag. And it is, well, the sleeping tiger. There you go, there's the name. And yeah, it kind of looks like it was like a kid sleeping bag. It has kind of like a soft material, but it also looks kind of dirty and worn. And then you got the two little sleepy tiger eyes up here, so it looks like such a peaceful little pillow to rest your head on. Over here, we have a version 2 of a really cool sleeping bag. The whole thing looks like it's made out of pieces of rubber and tire. And yeah, this one just doesn't have the big old logo on it and some other improvements. And I think it's definitely a really cool looking sleeping bag that fits into the kind of atmosphere of Rust. Over here we've got a couple small boxes. Over here we've got a continuation of the Glacial Visage set. And this is the Glacial Visage box. And you can see it's got the same kind of like runes around the edges of it. And you got the same old symbol up here. Of course, it does glow, so we'll have to check that out here at the end. Because that's really where it glows. Yeah, you guys must be sick of that joke by now. Anyways, over here we've got a bean box. The Great Beans. Oh, wow. This one's just really funny. It's like pouring some beans. Like, I like it. I like how they took the in-game art and kind of just did something with it. And then did their own little addition to it. You know, they took that can of beans and made it into something. Definitely a funny little idea. Moving on, we've got a wood door. This one is epic and tribal looking. It is the Sinister Gods wooden door. And yeah, it's got all these crazy kind of like totem-ish like symbols going on in here. And I'm pretty sure that's a lot of blood. Definitely creepy. If you go ahead and check out the back here, it's painted red. It has all sorts of smears of paint and wear and tear. and it's just something that's really cool. I really love this tribal vibe going on with it. Moving on, we've got something that fits more cargo shippy. It is the ship door by Bad Trip. And it's just one of those things that kind of fits right in with the cargo ship. Again, with Rust, it's nice to have worn and torn looking things that actually, you know, fit with the name of Rust. I mean, look at that. There's even chunks of Rust on it. There's lots of nice details to this, and it's definitely a cool looking door. Over here, we've got 2 doors from a set, and this is the warehouse garage door set. We've got medicine and weapons here. And yeah, I don't know, this one I'm kind of torn because I really love the details to these, the way they look worn and torn and used, but I don't know if people would want to mark their loot in Rust. I mean, do you want to mark your loot with doors so people know which doors to prioritize? I mean, I guess you could also, you know, make a deal with your group and be like, hey, remember, weapons is actually where we put the crappy stuff, and then medicine is where we put the good stuff. I don't know. So that's kind of one of those things, like the gameplay issue, but definitely quality-wise, these things are really cool. There's lots of detail put into them, and they're quite neat garage doors. And there it is at night. Definitely a nice addition to the set. Next up, we've got our tools and weapons, and starting up, we've got this delicious looking ice cream hammer. The ice cream texture looks so real. It even looks like, you know, as it glistens in the sun, you're like, man, I need to eat this before it melts more. I really love the detail to it, and I think that's just really well done. Then we've got another hammer for you. This one's a little bit on the sillier side. It has this big Yeti face on it, and you can't really see it, and all you really see is the back end, literally, of the Yeti, which is a strange looking bald butt kind of thing going on back here, kind of like a baboon's ass, I guess. I'm not entirely sure. This thing's kind of weird, but one way or another, it's pretty cool. Let's see if we can actually, is it gonna, yeah, here we go. There's the front of it. Oh, wow. All right, you gotta love that. Moving along, we've got a very beautiful tool set for you. Look at that. So really beautiful engraved with the gold. This is the hunting engraved set, as you can see. There's the hatchet, and then of course we've got the matching pick. Very elegant. Next up, we've got a crossbow for you, and this one looks like it's one of those kind of like hand-painted things. And if you look, it's really cobbled together, and a lot of this stuff really is this week, and I think that's a nice thing. It really fits the idea of Rust. It has some like red coloring to it, and it kind of has like a, you know, like a stripe thing going on, but at the same time, it looks like someone made it themselves. And that's something that definitely a lot of people love in Rust. Then we've got a remake of the Pulsar. that name just works. And yeah, they've done a little reworks to it. And yeah, I think it's kind of less broken up in a good way and sectioned out much nicer. That bigger pulse on the side definitely did look much better. Aiming down the sights here, you've got some red dots. Don't be confused, they are not glow sights, they're just bright. And of course that heart with the pulse going through it. Go ahead and pop a reload, and there you go. That's it. Let's go ahead and take a look at the last set. Alright, we got a couple SMGs for you, starting with this guy right here. It's a continuation of the B Cosplay set by Milo, and this time it is a gun. So it has all the same features. It has that kind of corduroy look to it, a big old B on the end of it, and then if you look on the clip there, it says bees, which is pretty funny. So you gotta love the humor in this one for sure. Moving on, we got something a little more tactical. It's this very nice looking Snow Winter Ops SMG by FaZe. Aiming down the sights here, you've got kind of like a really nice customized back to the SMG. You've got those red little sights to help you focus on what you may be shooting at. And on the sides, you can see there's just a very nice winter gray camo going on. Next up, we've got a very elite AK for you, and that's because it is the Elite Crate AK. And we got the SAR, it did really well. This AK translated beautifully over into it. I love the kind of like dominoes at the front there. Then, of course, you've got that Elite Crate symboling and that same, like, orange on certain parts. The whole thing is cut really nicely. And the sight is very unique. It actually has the 2 white bars on the middle sight and a slight kind of, like, different color to the sidebars. I really like that. It kind of helps you, like, focus in. Definitely a very nice, clean skin that I would see selling well. Then we've got something a little bit crazy for you, and this is the Hypno LR, and this is version 2, and there's been a little bit of controversy with this. CS has a very similar skin but this isn't CS, this is Rust, so I mean, hey, you know, as long as it's not directly copying, the idea can't really be owned. So this kind of has like that 3D effect thing going on. And I think that's really cool. Aiming down the sights, you can really see the colors there, and that's what kind of creates that hypnotic effect. The version 2 has this big old skull on the side of it, and I think that's actually nice. It makes it look a little bit different from you know, what you've seen with some of the other skins. And yeah, this is definitely a creative thing I could see doing quite well in Rust. Lastly, we've got an M249 for you, and this one is part of the Opulent set. Now, I'm seeing it has some weird lighting issues. I'm not sure if that has anything to do with the skin or what exactly. I noticed some of the dark parts look a little too dark, so that might be something the author might want to look into. One way or another, the Opulent set has been very popular, and this would definitely be a high-selling M249. It's been a while since we've gotten one, so it would definitely be really nice to see it pop in. And yeah, so it looks like in first person, it kind of just isn't really glimmering that well. But if you take a look in third, it's a little bit better. Yeah, we'll just have to see how that one goes there, guys. It looks like they may have to check, the author might have to look into that. But one way or another, guys, that does it for this week. We'll be back next week with some more stuff, and Thursday we'll be here to show you whichever ones get put in. Thanks for watching. I hope you all had a great holiday, and usher in a wonderful next new year for you guys. And stay safe and stay rusty. Thanks for watching.